WrestleMania X8. I told you before, WrestleMania 17 was the first WrestleMania that I ever watched in full. WrestleMania X8 was the first one that I ever watched live. And I loved it. I love WrestleMania X8. It's not everyone's favourite, but for my money, for my nostalgia, for my experience, 17, 18 and 19 are the best. So feel free to shout out your answers in the chat. Name anyone that was on the card at WrestleMania X8. 2002 was WrestleMania X8. And I know that the opening match was RVD versus William Regal for the IC Championship. The European Championship was DDP versus Christian. I remember that. This was also the WrestleMania that had the really weird Booker T versus Edge match, which was over a shampoo commercial. So Booker T versus Edge was match 8. Always like DDP. I always like DDP. I always like DDP because I was a WCW fan. Speaking of WCW, we've got Hogan making his first WrestleMania appearance. Back after coming back to WWE, and it was Rock versus Hogan, Icon versus Icon match. Another NWO member was Scott Hall, had a match with Steve Austin where Kevin Nash was ringside. I believe he'd returned to WWE injured, or injured himself, or got injured, sorry, just before that match, so wasn't actually on the card. No disqualification match, I believe, was the Ric Flair versus Undertaker match. No mention of Arn Anderson in this list, but is what it is. I tell you what, who had a fucking singles match that nobody remembers at WrestleMania X8? Kurt Angle versus Kane. No one remembers that shit. Had a really shit roll-up ending to that match as well. Jericho versus Triple H, good shout, is the main event of this one. So Jericho, Triple H, and ringside would have been Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, Stephanie McMahon was ringside. Other personnel, just Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler. Thank God it's not making us do all the ring announcers and stuff. And then there was what? Coachman, Garcia, Finkel, I think was that. Peak Stratus versus Lita, I believe. Yes. Stratus versus Lita versus Jazz. And Jazz won that match. I'm actually shocked at that. Yeah. No, good shout though. Funny enough, this was Lita's first WrestleMania match. And I'm pretty sure this was her only WrestleMania match up until fairly recently, like a few years ago. Alright, 4 corners elimination match for the Tag Team Championships. I believe was Farouk, Bradshaw, the Dudleys, the Hardys, and Stacy Keibler was ringside as well. Billy and Chuck, yeah, Chuck, yeah, well done. How the fuck are you spelling Keibler, by the way? Who was ringside? Right, Billy, Chuck. How the fuck are you spelling Keibler? She was the one that was ringside. Who else would have been ringside at this point? Not Hardy, Jeff Hardy, not Lita. Farouk Bradshaw. Rico? Oh my god, how the fuck are you spelling Stacy Keibler? Have I got the I and the E the wrong way around? Yeah, Stacy Keibler. Okay, thank fuck. Thank fuck. Right, now... the Hardcore Championship match, I believe, was Maven versus Goldust, but they don't seem to be on the list here. Maven won it backstage later on. Goldust lost the match. Hurricane won it backstage, and Molly Holly won it backstage as well. Well done. All right, Sunday Night Heat tag team match. I have absolutely no idea. With a special guest referee, I think we saw it earlier. Jacqueline Moore was the special guest referee. So who the fuck would have been on this? Who the fuck would it have been? Fucking Sean Stasiak? Sean O'Hare? Hugh Morris? Bill DeMott? Who the fuck would it have been? No, Just Incredible. Albert? Albert's one of them. Pest? Scotty Too Hotty, maybe? Yeah. Okay. Right, we're getting somewhere here. Who the fuck would have been in this six-man tag team match on Sunday Night Heat? Scotty Too Hotty, Albert, and somebody else. Rikishi? Yeah, Rikishi's in there. Okay, and who was Test's tag team partner at this point in time? Who the fuck would have been Test's tag team partner? No Guerrero on this card. Genuinely, I'm really stumped with this. Was it the Canadian thing? Lance Storm, maybe, is a good shout. Lance Storm's a great shout. Christian already on the card. My boy, my big brother Lance. The other two members of the Un-Americans were Regal and Christian, and they're both on the card already. But it's not them. Was it another Canadian? Who else was Canadian at that point in time? Or who else was just on the card? Jamie Noble? Mr. Perfect. It was Mr. Perfect. It was Mr. Perfect because he came back at the Royal Rumble, didn't he? I was either going to say him or Boss Man. Right, who? I reckon Mr. Perfect's quite low down. Mr. Perfect, only 40%. Don't think. No, Mr. Perfect's not Canadian. He's is he Minnesota? I think he's a Minnesotan. I think. I'm not too sure. Don't know where he's from. Jacqueline. Only 32% of people got Jacqueline. Goldust is quite low down, which I'm quite surprised about. Keebler's quite low down. But Jacqueline, only 32% of people got Jacqueline, so I'm very, very pleased with that.